It's Chris Smith time. Oh, hello everybody. It's me, Chris Smith, and today I'm going to do a this and that for August 2025. You know, this and that's are really things that I would have loved to talk about if I had an everyday show. If I didn't have to go to work, you would see me every single day, well, 5 days a week at least, and my whole job would be being on the internet. Of course, I'm very old, so I don't know if I would pick up the kind of fans that some of these social influences have. But anyway, some of the things that I've been thinking of lately that I'm very excited about. Only Murders in the Building is starting season 5 on September 9th on Hulu. Look at the new artwork for this season. Isn't that gorgeous? Looks a little blurry to me, but it's not. Martin Short and Steve Martin and Selena Gomez. Yes, they're all back. And remember last season, the doorman was murdered. Boy, that building is a lot of trouble, isn't it? What else are we thinking about, Blackie? This is something I really wanted to talk about, and maybe I still will because the story is unfolding as it goes on. Andrew Barth Feldman, who was in Dear Evan Hansen and was in that movie where his parents hired somebody to try and sleep with him because he was a square virgin. He was announced to be going into maybe happy ending after Darren Criss leaves. Now, this was for only 9 weeks, I think, or 12 weeks. It's September 12th through November 1st, if you have your calculator. Figure out how many weeks it is. I think it's 12. Anyway, and I was all excited because I had predicted that Andrew Barth Feldman would go into the show because he is dating Helen J. Shin, who plays the other lead in the show. And he's a big fan of the show, and of course Helen J. Shin, but he's seen the show a million times. Well, what I didn't realize was that the Asian acting community, and maybe even the Asian community and beyond, had expected that role to always be played by an Asian actor, which, I'm afraid to make any comments really about it, because what do I know? I'm a white guy. I don't know how the Asian community feels. I mean, I know how they feel. They've said that they were really counting on this show to make a change, and that they've often been neglected, which we all know, for roles. And so, yes, it was very, very upsetting that this pall sort of had to fall over the show, because Maybe Happy Ending has been beloved and has been a source of great joy for all the fans, and for any of the anyone to be hurt, especially the people in the Asian community, and actors too, who were counting on this as a hopefully a beacon for the future of change, which we're always talking about change and how theater is the place to start change. And then, there have been petitions going around. It's really more than a this and that can talk about. But that is one of the things that has been on my mind, because I don't know what the petitions are really trying to do, if they're trying to stop this from happening, if people are wanting to boycott. I'm sure certainly some people will boycott the show while Andrew is in it. I would love to see him in it, but I would certainly love to see other Asian actors in it. And the writers released a statement saying that Claire and Oliver, the robots, weren't necessarily intended to always be played by Asian actors, which just made the situation even worse, because it just upset people. So I think we're going to come back and talk about this one some more. I would love to talk to some of my coworkers about it. Caitlin and Emily, and I don't know if Maddie and Liliana care so much about this topic, but the other two are from the theater, you know. But we'll see. Let's talk about it with them, shall we? Here's some exciting news. Days of Our Lives, which is currently about to celebrate its 60th anniversary on November 8th this year, 2025, they were just renewed for 2 more seasons. And I think I always say we, because I'm such a fan of these things. I don't work there, of course. They have already had their a pickup before that I believe was going to take them through next year. So now with the 2-year pickup, they'll go to season 63. So we're about to enter the 61st season, I do believe. So that's very exciting. One of the oldest shows has been renewed. And from one of the oldest soap operas to the youngest soap opera, Beyond the Gates has also been renewed for season 2. And it just celebrated at the sometime in July its 100th episode. And I just love Beyond the Gates. I was going to do a review a while back, and I just kept putting it off. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll wait till the first 100 episodes, sort of like 100 days in office that you do when a president is in office. Of course, who cares this term, because not to bring politics into it, but Beyond the Gates is sort of a political show because it's set in Maryland and the Washington, D.C. area, and Vernon Dupree, played by Clifton Davis, was a senator, and his grandson Martin is a congressman and has a terrible secret that the family helped cover up. But anyway, Beyond the Gates is a delicious show, and I'm going to do a review at some point, but I just love it. I can't say enough good things about it. It's on CBS and Paramount Plus if you want to check it out. What else? And from renewals to endings, this one's devastating for me. And just like that is ending after season 3, which is airing. I'm taping this on a Wednesday night. The final episode of the whole season 3 and Just Like That series is airing tomorrow night. But by the time you see this, it will have already aired. Now, they didn't say the show was canceled. Michael Patrick King, the executive producer, said when he wrote the finale, it seemed like a good place to stop. Now, I'm a little questioning of that because, I mean, if you're a good writer, and Michael Patrick King is a good writer, you can always keep a show going and keep stories going. Yes, it's probably a good time to take a rest. I wouldn't say end forever, because I want to see Miranda and Carrie Bradshaw and I was about to say Samantha, she ain't there, and Charlotte, Seema, Lisa Todd Wexley. Who else am I forgetting? Those are the 5 main ladies on the show. Of course, Anthony has a new romance. Here's the new artwork this season. I liked it because it was sort of like a sunset in the city with the sun shining through the buildings of New York City. And one thing that they've done this season, I thought that it's been a lot of fun. I know a lot of people hate watch it. I don't hate watch it. I love it. Yes, there are some moments that aren't my favorites. There are some cringy things, usually with Miranda. But I like it. I just like spending time with these characters. I do miss Samantha, yes, because she was the character I related most to, especially how she doesn't enjoy children and she sleeps around. But and they've gotten a little richer than I can relate to, really. But this season, the last two episodes are in November, so it's around Thanksgiving. So we don't usually get to spend winter months with the ladies. Of course, the weather's still nice on these episodes, so oh well. But I'm really sad, and I think that I'll do another episode talking about the whole thing ending. Yes. And back to renewals, here's an exciting thing. The Gilded Age, which just ended its season 3, has been renewed for season 4 on HBO Max. Oh, and we're back to calling it HBO Max, not just Max, which I'm happy about. But yes, I love The Gilded Age. If you love Downton Abbey, you should love The Gilded Age. My sister doesn't like The Gilded Age. She tried to watch it. I don't know that she got past the first episode. She said it was boring. But, oh well, what are you gonna do? I love it, and it's back for more. And guess who just had their 50th anniversary? And I don't mean Jaws, though they did too. A Chorus Line, the hit Broadway musical, just celebrated 50 years. It was off Broadway first, but then on July 25th, 1975, A Chorus Line opened at the Schubert Theater on Broadway in New York, New York. And I would have loved to have seen the original cast. If I could go back in a time machine, one of the things I would probably do is go back to 1975 and watch Jaws in the theater, and go see A Chorus Line, and probably get murdered in Times Square. I really wouldn't want to do that, but remember, New York was in a bad shape in the mid-70s, and A Chorus Line sort of invigorated it. But there was a big celebration in New York with a bunch of members of the cast throughout the years. I've got to watch more of that footage. I just haven't had time lately. But, of course, here's the classic poster design. And not to toot my own horn because I never make any announcements, but which cast member from the original cast has agreed to direct a reading of my new musical when it has its reading? Go on, guess. It's Kay Cole. Now, nothing has been formalized or anything, but she did agree to direct this show that I'm working on with my friends Clayton and Alex, and this is not a press release. It could change. I've had so many disappointments over the years, and things just never went forward. But I'm very hopeful about this show, Between Two Worlds, the musical, and we're supposed to have a table reading, followed by a table reading, followed by a staged reading at some point in the future, the near future, hopefully. Yes, and Kay has agreed to do it, and we had a nice Zoom call with her. But that's all I'm going to say about it, and the only reason I bring it up is not to be bragging or anything like that, because you know me, I don't care about bragging. I don't have anything to win or lose around. Well, I do, but it's about A Chorus Line and the fact that it's celebrating its 50th anniversary. So happy anniversary, A Chorus Line. Did you know that A Chorus Line is one of my top 5 all-time favorite musicals? And I don't remember exactly where it falls in the 5, but it is way up there. And finally, this is very exciting. Guess who just had her 95th birthday? Not my mother. She had her 97th in June. None other than Betty Boop. Betty Boop turned 95, though the internet says her official birth date is April 1st, which is also Ingenue's birth date. Isn't that marvelous? Ingenue from Roads to Keystone, my friend and co-star. Watch Roads to Keystone on YouTube and roadstokeystone.com. But yes, on August 9th, Betty Boop officially turned 95. That was the premiere date of Betty Boop in those short films. So happy 95th birthday, Betty Boop. And Blackie's asleep, so I won't lift him up. But those are some of the this and that's that we're just thinking about. So I do hope you come back the next time that it's Christmas time, and we'll talk about some of these things and other things too. And my next review is going up will be and Juliet, and then I'm going to review Shucked, both of them on their national tours. So we will talk to you very soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.